It's time for the Tony Lewis Show. Learn all about Jasper Wildcat football. This week's show is sponsored by Milligan Communications, Street Dreams, and the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosper Communications. Go Wildcats!
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
And welcome to this week's Tony Lewis Show. And Coach, it's a new season, a new team. Why don't you preview the team for us a little bit?
Well, we're excited about the season. We've got a lot of new faces. We lost a lot of good seniors last year. I believe we had 16 seniors, and probably 15 of them at one time or another started throughout the year. So we've got a lot of inexperience at different spots, but the players have been working hard this summer in the weight room and when we've been practicing. So it's been a good preseason for us, and we're looking forward to a great year.
And you had a scrimmage against Heritage Hills last week. Why don't you go over that game for us? That scrimmage,
Well, Heritage Hills is a very well coached team. They had a lot of starters back. I believe they're going to probably compete in the PAC as one of the top teams in the PAC. So it's always a good matchup for us. They're a physical team. Again, they're well coached. We started off a little slow, to be honest with you. Had a couple false starts to start the scrimmage, which is never good, but we got it going a little bit after that. And most importantly, we had a good chance to watch film on Saturday and, allude to a lot of constructive criticism of what we did in terms of getting better, in terms of our technique, in terms of our alignment, in terms of our coachability. So those were all good things that we could pull out of that scrimmage.
And we'll be back on the Tony Lewis Show right after these messages from our sponsors. This is the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosper Communications.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods. Jasper Sports Academy was founded to provide young athletes with additional training opportunities to increase their abilities across many sports. Our mission is to provide professional instruction in a good environment for a reasonable cost. We provide training space and instruction for baseball, basketball, volleyball, soccer, and tennis. Our most popular clinics are Sports Acceleration, where we specialize in instruction to increase speed, acceleration, vertical jump, quickness, and other sports movements. We offer individual lessons, semi-private lessons, group lessons, turf, batting tunnel rentals, team rentals, and full facility rentals. We're located at 2704 North Newton Street in Jasper. Check us out, www.jaspersportsacademy.com.
And welcome back to the Tony Lewis Show. And we're glad to be joined by the president of the Jasper Football Boosters, Brent Atkins. Brent, why don't you tell us a little about you and how you got involved with the Jasper Football Boosters?
Well, I've spent pretty much my whole son's life and daughter's as well, coaching. And I've always wanted to stay involved with their sports and their activities. So this is a way that I've been able to give back, so to speak, to at least the program. And I was coaching my son for probably 10 years in baseball, and my daughters in their softball and other sports as well. So I like to coach, and I can't coach anymore. The kids are old enough to where I handed them off, so I wanted to stay involved. And I attended a parent meeting a couple years ago where I basically was given the opportunity to be the treasurer and ended up taking on the vice president role and now the president. So, that's really what got me involved was the opportunity at the parent meeting. It's a lot of work, but I've enjoyed it since.
And before we get talking about the Jasper Football Boosters, why don't you tell us a little bit about Brent Atkins?
Well, I'm a local business owner. I own Jasper Industrial Supply and a software company called Cabin Tree. I spent my previous years in IT and always had an entrepreneur mindset. And about 4.5 years ago, I purchased Jasper Industrial Supply. And since we've had the company, we've been through a lot of ups and downs with COVID, and we ended up pivoting our company to really e-commerce whenever we couldn't go visit customers. And now that everything seems somewhat back to normal, we're doing a very good job of our core business as well as e-commerce. So we try to also give back to the school system. Bob Stratton and I are owners of the company, and we've both taught junior achievement at the high school. We run internship programs through the high school as well as the UJC for the high school students. So, we like to give back to our community, and this is a way that we do it through the company.
And by being an ex-Jasper football parent, I realize what the Jasper Booster Club does for the program. But why don't you explain some of the things that Jasper Football Boosters do to help support the Jasper football program?
Well, it's a year-round job. PJ Peter was my predecessor, and I always told PJ that he did way too much, and he needed to delegate more. And I find myself falling into the same trap. But like I said, it's a year-round job. We have a very good schedule from January through December of what we need to do and when. So we put together pretty much the fundraisers. So the Mulch fundraiser is our biggest fundraiser every year. And then we manage all of the Jasper Alumni Fund, the Booster Club dues. We put on all the events throughout the year, such as the golf scramble and the pork chop feed. It's a year-round process that, and it takes a lot of people. This year we implemented an online sign-up form for volunteers. So we have over 300 volunteer positions that go on for all the football games, like whether it's getting Jimmy John sandwiches for the kids before they leave for an away game, picking up the coolers afterwards. We provide Gatorade. We pick it up from IGA and make sure it's delivered and iced down. We handle the banquet every year for the football team. So if it has Jasper football involved in it, we are involved. 7-on-7. I'm just sitting here thinking about all the different things that we do. I mean, it's an amazing amount of work that gets done, but for a great cause, and it takes 300 people, volunteers to do this, and so we just manage it.
And even though we're not parents anymore, we still support the program, but we buy mulch every year, and also we also buy trash bags. I think just recently.
Yes, yeah. Coach runs the trash bag fundraiser. That's I would say the one thing that we don't do or participate in. But I keep thinking, we support the technology side of things for the football program. we fund the huddle, which is what they use to review game film. They have their playbook subscription that we purchased, and they just got a new statistic program that they keep during the games, and we've participated and funded that as well. We did set up a new website for the Booster Club. It's called JasperCatsFootball.com, and we're looking to leverage that more and more with alumni fund, Booster Club dues, the mulch fundraiser so people could pay for their mulch online. We're also looking to add Jasper football apparel to the, basically have a Cat Shack online. So, and this is a program that I intend to, even long after my presidency of the club, I plan to stick around and be an advisor for that. And ideally, I want to turn this over to the school so that they can run this basically as an e-commerce business, but for the Football Booster Club.
And, if someone wants to become a member of the Jasper Football Booster Club, how do they go about doing that?
Well, letters go out every year, but those letters typically go out to former Booster Club members. But anybody can join the Booster Club by going to JasperCatsFootball.com, paying their booster dues, and at that point they'll be notified of future events and things that the boosters could be a part of. And with the Booster Club membership, you get an admission, one ticket to the pork chop feed every year, and it's a great event where we actually basically fund all the pork chops that come in, and we have a great pork chop crew led by Lurch that cooks that. They've been doing it for 32 years, and then a lot of the players and cheerleaders and dance team bring some potluck dishes for us, and the players introduce themselves. Coach has a little speech, but it's just a good meet and greet for everybody in the Booster Club and the players and their families.
Well, Brent, I want to wish you, the Jasper Football Boosters, and the Jasper football team good luck this season. And if there's anything we can do for you, don't hesitate asking.
I appreciate the call, and thank you for reaching out.
We'll be back on the Tony Lewis Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Tony Lewis Show, brought to you by the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
And welcome back to the Tony Lewis Show. And Coach, we had a great interview with Brent Atkins, and your Booster Club's always been great, and you're very lucky to have him.
Absolutely. Our Booster Club is one of the best in the state. Those guys and ladies behind the scenes take care of things that take a lot off our plates. They fundraise. They work on the senior banners. They have a huge mulch sale every year that pays for a lot of our players' meals and various things at the end of the year for the banquet and things like that. They get meals for the players for games, pregame. They get meals for after games. They get Gatorade. They just do an awesome job of providing support to our football program. So really excited to have a great Booster Club, and it's ongoing and yearly.
And this week you'll get to open up the season against Evansville Memorial. Why don't you preview Evansville Memorial for us?
Well, Evansville Memorial, first and foremost, is a well-coached team. They're going to be fundamental. They're going to block well. They're going to tackle well. Year in and year out, probably the last 6 to 8 years, They've always been near the top of the SIAC. They've had some great runs in the tournament. I believe they've been state champions a couple times and runners-up once. So it's always a good opening game for us to kind of gauge where we are and kind of show us our deficiencies and kind of what we're good at. So it's a good opening game. The fans love it. Should be a great crowd on Friday night. Looks like good weather, and we look forward to battle and Memorial. And as we always tell our kids, we want to compete and give ourselves an opportunity in the fourth quarter for our strength and conditioning and to kind of take over and hopefully win us the game.
And a new season brings new teams. And who are some of the favorites in the SIAC this season?
Well, I think most people would say that Mater Dei and Memorial are probably the favorites. I would say we obviously want to consider ourselves the favorites, but that's yet to be seen. We're gonna be humble and we're gonna play hard. I'd say most people would say the second tier teams would be us and Wrights and North, I think, and Castle would be considered in that second tier of teams. Now, again, that's all people's opinions. That's not our opinion. Our opinion is that we need to be in the top of the SIAC every year. So we'll see what happens. We're just excited about the opportunity this Friday.
Well, Coach, good luck this week.
Hey, thank you very much. Go Wildcats.
And you've been listening to the Tony List Show, brought to you by the Southwest Indiana Sports Network and Communications. We'll see you next week.
You have been listening to the Tony Lewis Show. Join us every week to learn more about Jasper Wildcat football. This week's show is brought to you by Milligan Communications, Street Dreams, and the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications. See you next week.